Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beela coming to you with another review of Beyond the Gates episode 5. Y'all, when I tell y'all this episode was so good, I was like, girl, what you gonna do? And she did it. But I'm trying to figure out to who, and we gonna get there in a minute. Y'all, this is Sheila Beela. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe on the road to 7,000 subscribers, 100 likes every single episode. And let's go ahead and get into this. Now, this episode really revealed a lot of things because I was confused about these names, and I'm like, oh, shall we moving along? Okay, so the episode starts out with Eva. So mind you, Eva's mama now, she going by the name Leslie, but the lady name is Dana. And I was just like, who is Leslie? Child, Leslie is Dana. So her name, I'm going to call her Dana Leslie. So Dana Leslie, y'all know that she was on that motorcycle and she was put them high beams on Laura, which made her have that car wreck. Now, because she had that car wreck, she's in a hospital and she's down for 6 to 8 weeks. Eva is now going to step into her place as a temporary assistant to Nicole. Y'all, when I tell y'all all these strings are attaching, they are attaching. So Eva's in there and she's talking about how Mona and Dana Leslie, ended up, giving her the information about the job and all of that stuff and how she does hair and she freelance, so she'll be, ready whenever they need her. And she was saying that, and Nicole was saying, you're going to have to work long hours. She said she doesn't mind any of that. And pretty much she ends up getting the job. She got the job. And this is the plan. This was the plan from the beginning, to get them inside the gates, now this is the plan between Eva and Dana Leslie, to get behind those gates so they can be closer to Ted and Nicole. And we're going to tell you why in a minute. All right, so now this is the day of the wedding. Haley and Bill, they're on the phone, and she's just so excited and she's so happy. And she says she's always dreamed of this and she would have never did this if it wasn't for him. She would never go to all these, because they're going, I think, to Paris for their honeymoon and traveling here and traveling there. She's like, oh my God, I would have never been able to do this because of you. But she says she hates the fact that her happiness brings, I guess, not so much joy to everybody else. And Bill is just like, well, it would have happened anyway. So don't be hard on yourself for something that was bound to happen. And but child, he really don't care, because he's talking about he got that and more that he's going to give her. And I was like, dang, she slick sound like a gold digger, but I don't want to say she a gold digger, but she wasn't looking for no broke. You know what I'm saying? But at the same, and I'm just like, because she's come from a place of loss. Like, she's lost so much. And now it's like she has a come up. And he's the come up. And I don't know if she did it intentionally or unintentionally, but I know in the back of her mind, she needed a come up. And Bill is the come up. All right, so now here is the night, the morning after, right? The morning after. And it looks as if, both of them had a good time. He was saying that he felt like he was dreaming. She said she felt like she had the same dream. She wiping her mouth, make sure ain't no slobber down there on her mouth and all that stuff, right? And so this is the part that surprised me, because, on my last review, I was like, girl, Danny, don't be running around here looking for this young man in the daytime with a flashlight. She was like, I'm not going to do that. She said, baby, she went ahead and told Andre, honey, this is only one night. And don't get your hopes up or nothing like that. This is just one night. She said, I still feel like I am a married woman. And he was just like, but you ain't married no more. But you can't tell her that, because in her mind, she's thinking that, you know what I'm saying, she's going to get her husband back. And he's sitting up there telling her, like, but they get married today. And she said, are they, are they going to really get married today? And he looking at her like, what does that mean? And I was just like, girl, what does that mean? But she did tell them that she was raw. She was a raw woman and she has no room, for him. And he just needs to go live his life, because she really pretty much trying to get her family back. And she did say that she needed to go ahead and leave, because if people start seeing the car in the yard, then they gonna think that child, is somebody there. But he was like, he don't care because they need to know that she's moved on with her life. But child, she ain't trying to move on. And that's the thing. I was like, this girl is not trying to move on. She's trying to get her husband back. And she is going to do everything that she can to get her husband back. And I was like, thinking about this, I was like, baby, is it worth it? I mean, really, is it worth it that you're going to go? Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there. But I hate the fact, and I do like that she didn't try to hang on to Andre. You know what I'm saying? To found some new love. I do love the fact that she did that, but I hate the fact that she feels like she has to have her husband back after everything. It's so easily after everything he's put her through. So Haley and her assistant, they're talking and she's sitting up there thinking like, does she really have any, real friends and all of that stuff? And and they do talk about Bill a little bit too, talking about Bill is different now. I was like, child, he different because he got somebody young. That's making him feel like he got his young manhood back. And that's the same thing, that Danny is gonna mention. Anyway, but then we get a little bit backstory. She said that her mom resented her because her dad had ended up leaving her when she got pregnant, leaving her mom when she got pregnant. She has no siblings. She just by herself and she don't even have nobody, whatever. So, and her assistant brings up the fact that she has her as a friend, I guess as a sibling too. I don't know. But now back over here at Bill's place. Child, and I just felt so bad for Danny in this moment because she came over there with the hope, right? She came over there with the hope after getting out that young man's bed. Well, after that man getting out of her bed, she came over here with the hope to get her husband back, right? She walks in there full of confidence, thinking that this is going to work. So she pretty much gets into his office. She opens up her mouth and she's just said, hey, can we talk? And it's not, I don't know, hostility. It's not like being mean or anything. She just wants to talk. And she says like, can you please forget this ridiculous wedding with that ridiculous girl and come and get your life back with your family? Like they've been together for all these years. They have built so much together. And she was just like, can we go ahead and move forward? And she was just like, I won't even be mad. Like, because I understand, you really pretty much trying to get your youth back. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to rekindle something that you lost. And she feels as if, and Danny feels as if that Bill is trying to get whatever he lost through Haley because she's younger and, she's pretty and all that other stuff. And it almost made it seem as if Bill was giving in because he was holding her and he was telling her how beautiful she was. And they were reminiscing on the first time that they met and she had so much confidence and, I'm saying, X, Y, and Z. But then he said that that's why this makes this moment so sad. And she was like, sad. He said, because like he told her that she had to come in there so desperate. She was like, desperate? Talking about, yeah, because, when he first met her, she had all this confidence, and now she pretty much begging on her hands and knees, trying to get her family back. And I don't think that that's desperate. I just think that that's a woman that wants her family. But it does make you look crazy because this man has manipulated you and made you look like the fool in front of your town. This ain't his, this is your town. But anyway, and then he has the nerve to say that, pretty much him and Haley gonna still get married and she's a Dupree and she's a Dupree, as she would like to say it, as everybody keeps reminding him. But he's telling her that she need to go and apologize to Haley for sitting over here assaulting people because she don't even know how to walk around here with dignity and grace and control her actions. I was like, what the mess? How you gonna sit up here and talk to her like that after you didn't sit up here and berated her and made her look like a fool? Like, that is crazy to me. And then she said, well, if I act like this, it's because you made me. He was like, it ain't my fault you like that. You got free will. I was like, you know what? You can't make a nigga do nothing. Even when they point their heart out to you. It was another time when I was like, slap them real quick again. But you know what? That's just too much. Girl, just move on. All right, so now you have Nicole and her husband and the family. They're out here doing this type of little video shoot, I guess, for the upcoming, maybe the scholarship they have coming up. But I know they're talking about themselves and all that stuff. But before they start talking about themselves and how they met, Andre brings up Andre brings up Ashley and how is Ashley and her boyfriend and, pretty much what they got going on. But they were telling Andre, like, she's a different type of girl. She's not no hit it and quit it. Like, you just can't do her like you do everybody else. She's going to really want a relationship, and be careful before you decide to step into that girl's world, pretty much. I just summed it up. And also, here they're talking about, how they met at a NMA conference, and they said that a lady introduced them. They don't remember the lady's name. I said, well, maybe that lady is Dana Leslie, the one that's inside of your house. Well, the ones that's daughters that's inside of your house. But they were just talking about, Nicole said when she first seen him, she knew that was going to be her husband. And, he was saying the same thing. And that was pretty much what it was. And if it weren't for that conference, then they probably wouldn't have been together today. So that's pretty much what that was. Now, over here at the wedding, now everybody, it's like a blackout. Everybody is wearing black, and rightfully so, because this is more like a funeral than it is a wedding. Nobody is happy. The only people that's really happy at this wedding are the parties that's getting married and the people that they pretty much paying to be there. That means staff of the people, staff of the people that's getting married. And one of the ladies, she's just like, I can't believe that you're here, Danny. I can't believe that you decided to attend after everything that this man has done to you. And she was just saying, I'm here for my daughters. They had to come up with this scheme, child, because Bill is over here with this mess, with this BS. And Dana's over there with Grace, and she just, a little tear come out. She wiped her tears, but she said she's here for her daughters, and that, that's they're their dad. I didn't want my daughters to be here. Without me and all that other stuff, just some whole just some whole deal or whatever, but not telling the truth that Bill didn't sit up here and summons y'all to be there because he got dirt on your family. We're not gonna say that part, but we just gonna stick to it that I'm here to support my daughters. But then I'm just like, well, why all them gotta be there? They ain't gotta support your daughters. But at the end of the day, it's just like, Dana says the word. They spectators, they just want to see anyway to go and gossip and talk. You know how the towns be. So they probably was slick happy that they was going to be there just to see the craziness. Child, because I would have too, in my black, recording everything. Mind you, it looks like Chelsea going to be in there recording some stuff. All right, so now you have Daddy Dupree and Bill. And so they're over there talking, and Bill, for some reason, is making it seem like, oh, they did a good deed to him bringing everybody out. But the daddy was like, no, we doing this because of pretty much the fact that you threatened us. And he said, you know how you do that favor for a favor. So he said there should be no more favors. And he was saying like, yes, this is a funeral because everybody wore black, because we're pretty much leaving you over here to die by yourself. We're not going to have anything else to do with you, Bill. This is it. Pretty much they cutting him off. And Bill knows that he needs their family because of the family's name. And he feels that he has this one big key to keep their family in their back pocket. And he's afraid of that. He's afraid of letting all of this prestige go. But Bill, I think you're going about this all wrong. I don't know, but yeah. Now back over here with Haley and the assistant, child. They over here doing a, something, what is it, blue borrowed, old, new, borrowed, and blue. So since Bill had already got her the new and the blue, she done went and gave this lady her grandma old napkin, child, I don't know, in a sparkly thing to go on top of her head. And she's happy about it. Pretty much, that's what it is. She's happy. Yeah, that's it. Now, everybody is pretty much checking in on Danny to see how she's doing. Now, her mom and her dad, they're coming to check in on her. And she's just like, she's fine. She said everything is the way that it should be. Like, it ended up exactly the way that it should be. And when she said it, it seemed kind of cryptic. And she walked out. And so her mama was like, what does she mean by that? Either she's saying something or not saying, either she's saying something or not saying nothing at all. But yeah, she's saying something. Because the way that face was looking, somebody better duck. We finally get an appearance of Doug and Vanessa together. Who are you? Who are you? Good to see you. Then they're going to end up going to the Bahamas because I guess he's been really busy. He's a heart surgeon. So, hey, Doug, nice to see you. Instead of being sitting inside of cars exchanging envelopes. All right. It looks like they are introducing a new person. I couldn't get his name. He rolled them. He's something he said. But it looks like Kat is going to have her a new love interest. They look real cute together, and she seems like she like him. I think they work together some type of way, but we'll get it. You know how they do. They'll throw it out there, and then they going to start reeling us in. Now, child, Danny over there minding her own business, and Bill comes over there. But do y'all notice every time somebody gets close to Danny's purse, she kind of moves it to the side? Because I was like, Danny, what you moving that purse for? What's in that purse? But anyway, so Bill comes over there talking about he want to apologize, and he wants them to he said, aren't you tired? Well, he said he wanted to apologize of the way that he talked to her earlier. And she was just like, yeah, you need to apologize for that because pretty much you degraded her pretty much. And he was saying that he was tired of defending himself, and he was just like, he said he's tired of defending himself, and he's just saying, isn't Danny tired of all of this? He said he wants to get to a point to where they're at least amicable, like to where they're just, everything is okay. And he said that really gives a great gesture by her and her family coming out to support them in the wedding. And she said, child, you are the one that forced my family to come out here. And she said, I don't wish you or your oil well. I said, ooh, okay. And what gets on my nerves, and it's like he always try to throw it in her face. He's always like, Haley and I, Haley and I. I'm like, God, you ain't got to always say Haley and I appreciate Haley and I. Don't put your hands on Haley. I said, we know you like Haley. We know. You ain't got to keep saying it every time you up in our face. Haley and I, Haley and I. But child, then they're going to say, I hope that my forced presence is the dark cloud over the rest of your miserable lives. I said, okay, forced presence, dark clouds. And then remember that one time she said, if I could curse you, I would. I said, that girl does not like Bill. And then she takes that drink of water and splash it in his face. I said, Bill, I told you to duck. You ain't ducking. All right. So now I'm back over here with Haley and the assistant, child. I don't even know this assistant name. I'm going to have to listen to it because do they ever refer to her name? If they did, I never catch it. But anyway, so she's saying maybe she should go out there because she's thinking nobody is going to show up. That's her main thing. Like she thinks nobody is going to show up except for the people that they paying to be there, which is the staff. And the assistant was like, well, do you want me to go out there and see? And I was like, no, don't go. Because if you go out there, then you're going to see everybody in black. And then I wanted to be a surprise. I wanted to see her face. But then, Haley was like, no, don't go, whatever. So she doesn't go. She said she's not going to worry about it. She's just going to go out there, hit her high, and she's going to marry her man, I guess, or whatever. So Bill walked over there to his daughters, Chelsea and Naomi, talking about he's just happy that they came, he's happy that they're here. Child, them daughters looked at him, especially Naomi. Naomi looked at him and walked out, didn't say a word. I said, ooh, she do not like her daddy. And then Kat stood there and he said, well, I guess you hate me too. She was like, no, I don't hate you. I just don't like you as much. I said, okay, that was really funny. But when I tell you the shade, this is what I like looking at black people. You know what I'm saying? Educated, smart, beautiful, got money, and they be so shady. When I tell y'all I love this, I love this. Yes. Danny goes over there to talk. Well, Danny is over there, with herself, and her sister Nicole comes over and just like, girl, like, here you go again, dumping the water, whatever. And mind you, why Richard didn't look like he was wet? Why Bill didn't look like he was wet when she poured that champagne all over him? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the sister is going over there like, come on, Danny, like, what are you doing? And Danny says that she went over to talk to Bill this morning, and she just pretty much embarrassed herself, like in the worst way. And Nicole took her sister's hands and said, baby, he don't love you no more. He's getting married to Haley. And then that made Danny mad. But I'm like, Danny, that's the hard truth. He don't want you no more. I think you need to let it go, but it's so hard because all these years, and I just feel so bad for her. It's like she is going out in the worst way. But you know how these soaps be. When the person that goes out in the worst way, they gonna end up on top. And I just cannot. I'm just ready for her victory lap because she has been taking hit after hit, and now your sister's like, baby, he just don't want you no more. You're gonna have to let it go. And so And Nicole was just like, I don't know what it is with you. Like, I don't know if you just afraid of like losing or you don't want to be by yourself. But she was like, you can do it. She was trying to give her sister encouraging words, but child, Danny wasn't trying to hear it. Danny was just like, how dare you pretty much come at her like that? She got an attitude with the sister. But I'm like, you mad at the wrong person, baby. Now Bill comes over here to Martin and he's talking to Martin and we know why, because Bill is trying to keep his link to this family, and Martin is the link that keeps Bill engaged with this family. And so it's like he goes over to Martin. We all know that Martin has been having these weird dreams, but Martin really doesn't know, because what it is something that happened in his real life that's manifesting through his dreams, just trying to get him to know, like, this has been going on with you. And so when Bill comes over to Martin, he was just like, hey, yeah, Martin, I've been trying to catch up. He was like, Martin looking like, I don't know what for. We don't even really talk like that. Because I guess apparently when he was a little younger, they used to be a little close, but nobody really knows. Well, Martin really don't know or don't remember. And so Bill just started throwing stuff out there like, I hope this isn't the last time, after I get married to Haley, that your family doesn't freeze me out. And he was like, well, Martin looking like, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know why we would still be connected. Like, you're not with us anymore. And Bill is still saying, like, we do have these connections. You know how we do a favor for a favor. And Martin is just looking like, okay, so why am I the one being singled out? And he was just like, well, you know how it is. And then he kind of gets like closer into Martin's presence. And he said something like, because you don't want to be accused of, he said, you don't want to be accused of overkill. And he said, let your family know that they might want to reconsider that before they think about pretty much doing whatever they thinking about doing, like pretty much getting rid of me, not having me around no more. And I was like, Martin, who you kill? And how did Bill help you get out of it? Oh my God. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. All right, so here we go. The daughters come around, and it looks like again, Danny was messing with that purse. So when the daughters came by, she kind of put it up, and her daughter was just like, Mom, I just want to make sure you're okay and all this stuff, whatever. Just the whole encouraging words of it all. It really wasn't too much. They hug and they just going on. But I did want to point this one thing out, because remember when there was this one clip where Danny had went to her closet and she pulled out this bucket, and when they didn't show her what she got out the bucket, so I'm assuming that must have been the pal or whatever, and it's in her purse. So that's why she's making all these little, little innuendos about things should be, this is how things are exactly what they should be, or, after today, everything is going to be just fine. She's making these little innuendos that she's about to do something real drastic. But child, I just hope it ain't nothing too crazy. Please, please, baby. Now the wedding has started. And so at first the assistant comes out, and child, she looking like, hold on now, everybody got on black. Oh my God, what's going on? So the assistant look up at Bill. Bill say, don't worry about it, just come on, right? So she does. And then here comes the bride. Everybody stand up. Well, some of them, you got one side that'll stand up, and then you got the other side that don't. And and so when some of the people on the Dupree side stood up. First lady Dupree said, y'all better sit down. And so they had ended up sitting back down. So when Haley comes out, she's smiling and she's all happy, and she sees everybody in the black, and she looked like she literally wanted to cry. But then she looked over at Bill, and Bill was like, don't worry about it. Just come on, just come on. And so she ended up kind of shaking it off, and she ends up walking, right? So now you have, child, most of everybody in black, that whole side sitting down, the other side kind of half standing up. And so she just looks at her husband, or her finna be husband, and she walks on down the aisle. And so you can see everybody's face. It's like, this is totally ridiculous. And also the daughter, Chelsea, she is over there recording all of this. And I was like, baby, why is you when I tell you the youth, they record everything, but I would too, because everybody in black, and it's crazy. But I hope she ain't on live. I hope she ain't on Facebook Live, because what her mama about to do, it's finna be some mess. All right, so back over at the hospital, Andre comes over and he is talking to Ashley and pretty much being a little flirtatious. It's at the end of it's at the end of her shift. And Danny, child, Andre, he's just like, hey, he can walk her outside to her car to make sure that nobody's going to really mess with her or harm her or whatever. And she's just like, okay. So they ended up walking to the elevator. They get on the elevator. Eva comes home to see her mom, and Eva is happy. Eva is like, I got the job, I got the job. And she was just like, okay, cool. And she was like, Leslie, because her name is Dana, but she's going by the name of Leslie. Apparently, child, Eva is Ted's daughter. And I knew it was something because she was like, yeah, now you're finally going to be under the same roof with your dad. I was like, I knew it had to be something. I don't even understand why Ted doesn't recognize Dana. Like, I don't understand why Ted, like, if you, maybe it was a one night stand and he doesn't remember her. I don't know what it was, but why is it that he don't remember? Maybe he was just a playboy. He just had a whole bunch of girls. And when he ended up getting with, um, child Nicole, he left him alone. Maybe he was with Nicole when he had an affair. We don't even know. But how did this baby come about? And we gonna find out more when she up in this house, right? When she up under the same roof as her quote unquote daddy. Now back over here at the elevator, Andre makes a statement that he's going to take care of Ashley, and he's going to take care of this pregnant lady too. And the pregnant lady was looking at her like, that ain't funny. Like, I don't need you to take care of me. But when they ended up, I think the elevator stopped or started or something, but it made this crazy shake, and that ended up putting the lady into labor because she says she's about to go into labor. So I guess he is going to have to take care of you, Miss Pregnant Lady. Back over at the wedding, now, Chad Haley done went on up there to meet her man, and the officiator starts. You know how they do the whole, we happy to be here today. Anybody, husband and wife, you know how they say the whole says, right? So while she up there saying, does anybody object to this woman and man not being married, Danni gets her purse and she's like, I do. They like, what? She said, I object. And I was like, and when she said it, I was like, girl, what are you finna do? So she gets that purse, opens it up, and child, she gets the gun out. And as soon as she pulls it out, she gets in the middle of the alleyway and she points it directly at Haley. I was like, you need to be pointing at Bill because he the one that ruined your life. Haley was along for the ride. But Bill, you can see that Bill is in front of her to stop whatever she's about to do, or if she's going to shoot. Child, Bill loved this girl to the point to where he gonna risk his whole life to save Haley. I'm like, so you love this girl that much? And I honestly think that she's slick using him for a come up. She might like him, but eventually that old mess wear off. She young and he ain't gonna be want to go out and hang out and jump up and down on her the way that she want to. And eventually that fire gonna go out. But anyway, but Bill jumps in front of her and the gun does go off. It was like, pooh. I said, either this a paintball gun or it's a gun with blanks, because it ain't no way that I could think that Danni would ruin her life by shooting this woman. Do y'all think that was real? Do y'all think that, you know what I'm saying, that she really got up there and palled that lady or Bill? I hope not. I really hope not, because that'll be crazy. Now this lady gonna be in jail for the rest of her life for a little bit, but I guess she feel like they own the town. They can kind of, spew the message however they want to. But also, don't forget, the daughter is over there recording. So she got everything on the video. So I hope it's not a real gun or or a paint. I hope it's a paintball gun. Or I hope it's like a bullet with some blanks in it. I don't know. Maybe she was just trying to scare him. But baby, don't it? She just embarrassed us. But that's a woman in love. She embarrassed herself for her husband multiple times, and she is doing it again to the point to where if this is real, this baby gonna have to go to jail, and it ain't pretty much nothing we can do about it. But yeah, this is Sheila Bila. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.